Welcome to the support videos for workload automation video series. In this video, I will show you how to obtain a value from the output of a job on a Unix server and then use this value in a job again on a Unix server. This demonstration will be using the EM Workload Automation Client version 9 and the Control-M Configuration Manager. For the purposes of the demonstration, a system parameter variable incsec has been changed so that the global variables in the jobs are available on the Control-M agent. This is not a recommended approach for normal use, however, as it may have performance implications. In normal use, assign the value of a global variable to local variables, and these will be available on the agent. This is a screen from the Control-M Configuration Manager which shows the value changed. This demonstration consists of two jobs in Control-M and a Unix shell script. The first job will obtain a variable from a script and define a global variable internally. The second job will then make use of these variables, passing them back to a Unix command. Looking at the first job, we see that it executes a shell script var out.sh and following the execution captures output from a job into a variable. We see that the variable name that is used to capture the job output is st. It is a global variable so that it can be used across jobs. Control-M shows the name of the variable as %%/st. We will see that this is not what we use for the Unix environment. To capture job output, the word dux is searched for, and from the end of the word, imagine the cursor is moving forward by 0 lines and 5 characters. Instead of characters, words can be defined instead. We assign everything from the cursor position, defined by these two variables, to the end of the line. Again, alternatives such as a number of characters can be used. This is summarized on the job definition screen that we see here. Back in the General tab of this job definition, we see another global variable is defined. The second job is just a Unix command to echo the variables we have defined into a file, characters.txt, on the Unix server. It runs on the same host and with the same user as the previous job, but these could be different if required. We now move to the Unix server, in this case a Linux server. We're in the directory and logged in as the user that are used by the two Control-M jobs. If we do an ls, we see that there is just a single shell script that is used by the first job. If we take a look at this file, we see that it's very simple, removes any existing text files, echoes a line of output, and ends with a date command. It could, though, use the output of other commands or log files. For instance, it could use the uname-a command to determine if this Linux server is a 64-bit or 32-bit server, and using that information decide which next Control-M job to use. Now let's go back to Control-M and order the jobs that we are referencing in the demonstration. If we now move to the monitoring domain, we can see that the jobs are successful. We'll now go back to the Unix prompt to see what the jobs have actually done and see if they have worked there. But previously, we just had the single shell script. Now we see that we have other files. Out.txt is used as a working file. The file that we're interested in as a result is characters.txt. Let's look at the contents of characters.txt now. What we see is that the two variables that we populated in the jobs have been concatenated to form a single line of text. The second variable that was defined within the job at the beginning of the line and the end of the line from the previous shell script, we see that some of the text has been removed. This is what was searched for when we defined the job output variable st. If you remember, we defined so many characters ahead of the search string, so we captured just the end of the line. This was a simple example of capturing and using variables, but I hope it provides enough information for you to use a similar approach in your own Control-M jobs. That concludes this Control-M Solutions video. Please see our knowledge base and YouTube channel for more videos like this.